I tell myself it was always going to be a one-way trip. That's what love is. It's a trip between who you were and whatever the hell you become next. So let's take it from the top. Like a jazz standard. Play it in our own time. As loud as we dare.
What?
Nothing. I just wasn't ready to say goodnight yet. Fuck. The pharmaceutical cocktail I put together vibrates at the back of my skull. Shifts my system into overdrive. I could take anything but a tank shot to the chest right now, but that comes with a cost. My body's going to give it out at some point, and it's going to hurt. One-way trip. I picture the pills in the bag with the pills and taking the pills in the bag with... It feels inevitable. A Nickelodeon on a loop. Courtesy of an addict's chemistry. I'm the addict, by the way. Hi. Max is Dracula, Lord of the Vampires. 15 miles from here, in a tiny motel in El Paso, Texas, she's conducting a ritual that will end the world as we know it. It's what she always wanted, even when she said she didn't. If I don't save the people she's taken or kill the things she's conjuring from the void as we speak, the world dies today. I threw away 6 months and 11 days of being sober for a chance to save the world. 98% of me is screaming in pain or exultation, glad for an excuse to fall. And the last tiny fraction, that's you. I need you to believe that I'm not going to open that trunk, that I'm going to get back into this car on the count of 3 and stop my ex before she destroys us all. I need to know that you believe, so I can too. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, my name is James Savage. Here's to believing. Oh shit. This is bad. 4. My specialty was folklore. I was a researcher. That's how me and Dracula met. I've tackled golems and will-o'-the-wisps. A leprechaun took a chunk out of my leg once. This isn't that. Those vampires had wrappings. Like a mummy. There's a reason pharaohs would have their servants killed to join them in death. It was a circle. With the right incantations, the pharaoh or noble was supposed to become undead royalty, and their servants the personification of hunger. Drinking but never satisfied, they'd gather and vomit gallons of blood a day so that their masters could bathe in the spoils. 2 types of vampires originating in the cradle of civilization. The feeding and the fed. That pattern was supposed to have died out 1,000 years ago. Vampires changed, became more sophisticated. Like her. I don't know how to describe a smell 1,000 years old being fresh. But Dracula, what she's doing, it's torn a hole through the inner tube of reality. I'm here just in time to watch the air drain out.
Your turn. Truth or dare?
Truth.
Why did you stay after I told you?
You feel inevitable. Of course we would meet, of course we would fall in love, of course you would be a vampire and tell me. And of course, I would stay. Who am I to tell the universe that it's wrong? Wait, did I say something wrong?
No, it's just... It's an interesting turn of phrase. I'm going to think over that.
I feel like I messed up.
You didn't. Ask me.
Okay. Truth or dare?
Dare.
Come on.
I can pick it if I want.
Alright, I dare you to tell me the truth about...
No.
It's a loophole.
No.
It's a legitimate
Come
loophole.
on. You
It's not my
know
fault
that
the
that's
game didn't
cheating.
account for
You know.
this.
Okay, fine. Go ahead with your little truth dare.
Why did you come back? To Transylvania and the castle. This isn't where you grew up. You had lost everything. What does this place have for you?
Well, it's mine. Maybe the only thing I have left.
Sorry. If I'm going to get to the bottom, which is presumably where this is all coming from, I need to remember some things. Once upon a time, Dracule's name was Janet Drake. I think I saw a werewolf in that fucking bathroom. There's us. And then, in between it all, there's this thin bubble filled with things that hate you. The forces beyond. That's the door that Dracula is opening right now. To get back the power she's owed. We can't travel through the bubble. It'd be even more suicidal than what we're already doing. So I'm stuck with the elevator, going where the void lets me. Floor by floor. It's only going to get worse from here. So why do I feel so fucking good? I think I get it. I'm looking at the end of the world with a lightness in my chest, because I can finally know. Do you know how hard it is? Living good. Dying good is a moment. You do something, you bleed your goodness onto the universal ledger. You're a good person. You know you're a good person. Anyone can die good. I'm doing it. Living good is forever. That's how it feels. Yes to the right things, no to the wrong things. Day after day, choices reinforced bit by painstaking bit. It's like chiseling your soul into a new shape. It's fucking slow. But here we are. At a hole in the fabric of everything that is. A hole I get to close. I don't have to wake up tomorrow and wonder if I'm going to do the right thing again. James Savage, drug addict, gets to die good. What a mercy. There's a chance we hit the bottom and the monster doesn't want to fight. Fuck if I know what I'll do if that happens, but the possibility is there. That's what I tell myself in the bad times. Dracula isn't unreasonable. She knows what she's doing is wrong, so that makes it better. She doesn't want to fight. She doesn't want to stop. I don't know what comes next. I'm not usually taken by surprise. But I don't know what you are. My mind has a tendency to grab onto things. Turn them over and over again until they make sense. Sometimes it isn't good for me. But that's old news. I think about the veil. I think about the dress. Simple, formal, torn. I think about the blood. I think about the ball of energy called from elsewhere. How exhausted she looks after it's been fired. Before she does it again. A story starts to assemble itself in my mind. About a damned bride whose suitor drags her to hell. And she can't stop loving him anyway. Is that your story? Do I see you? Or am I just projecting a little bit?
I was a ghoul.
Then I'd still like you.
What if I was a beetle?
I'd still like you.
What if I was a vampire?
And I would still really, really, really like you.
What if I was a vampire?
Can you turn into a bat?
No. But some of my kind can.
I don't remember feeling blood last time you bit me. Or getting turned.
Well, that's not how this works.
What are you saying, Janet?
Look into my eyes, James.
She took my head into her hands and she looked into my eyes and she stared. And I remember, it was like I could see the imprint on her shoulders of the weight, the desperation, and that very moment to be believed. For me to know she was telling the truth. I held her for a half hour in this graveyard as she cried. I hadn't noticed that all of her dates had been at night, and now I'm here again. What the fuck? The Akalei's ritual clearly has failsafes. An immune system, and it's recognizing me as a threat. I should be flattered. Reality is getting bent around me, flipped, distorted beyond repair, all to keep me from reaching the bottom. The void refuses to give me a straight line down. Somewhere along the way, I started bleeding. I don't know why the void hasn't killed me outright. Maybe it doesn't want to. Maybe it can't. Either way, I'm going to make that a problem. I know these walls. I know this light spilling across weathered stone. I know this place, hiding from God.
And of course, this face would not be complete without a portrait of Van Helsing. I'm sure you're familiar.
Not sure he was all that he's chalked up to be.
Of course, with figures such as Van Helsing, we face this challenge of being able to determine what's real and what's not, sifting through history and lore, who they were, who they have been turned into by stories. It's an incredibly difficult undertaking.
Personally, if I want to know if a creature is real, I look at the people who are hunting it. Technique, madness, an incalculable faith that they will see their quarry again. Vampires. I haven't met a vampire hunter yet who wasn't a quack, a con man, or a romantic. No offense to Mr. Helsing here.
You aren't a believer?
Oh, I believe. I think vampires are real. They walk among us to this day. It's a story that's wrong.
This is Douglas Castle. This is where we met. Her castle. The graveyard where she told me she was a vampire. And the motel in my hometown where 2 years later, she's decided to hold the ritual that ends the world. The void is pulling these places from memories. Only question is, am I living through her hell? I think it's safe to say who the void is pulling from for these places. These moments. This would have been her home. Douglas mentioned a mentor once. The man who turned her. Egyptian. He was murdered in a back alley in Victorian London by one of the first gentlemen's monster hunting societies. They did a lot of damage in those days. She never told me his name. Weird to think that I'll get to know her better now than I ever did when we shared our lives together. What's going on?
It's just a box, James. A thin metal box with holes in it. And this is the void.
You're a force beyond.
You know my compatriots.
I know you want us dead. You shouldn't be out yet.
I'm not out yet, but I will be. Soon. Your elevator proved a useful conduit in the meantime.
Which one are you?
Say not in thine heart who shall ascend into heaven, or who shall descend into the deep. And in the force we go, the unsated fury, to lay him down and make him an answer for what he's created.
What's next? You kill me, stop me from interrupting the ritual.
Oh, I can't kill you. Yet, but my associate can. Fortunately for you,
Remember when I said this was a one-way trip?
he likes to savor his breath.
I've been awake for 13 days. He doesn't let me sleep. I wrench my eyes open every time they close, afraid of what he'll do if I leave them for too long. Maybe hide a projector. Maybe turn up the heat again. Far away, I wonder if I can hear laughter or if he's getting to me. The elevator shrieks through space like a great mouth. Yawning. Screaming. Let me out. Let me out.
It's your stop. You really don't want me poking around in here.
Hell.
You need to stay present. I want you to feel everything.
Hate. All I feel is hate. 1991.
Blood type.
Oh, negative.
Your father's last words.
I'm done.
When did you know that you loved gin and drink?
Ferris wheel.
Why are you here?
Ferris wheel. We were on a Ferris wheel. It had been a really good day. And as we rose to the top, she put her head on my shoulder and closed her eyes and whispered to herself, I forgot living could be a good thing. And that was it. This one good day burned into my head, and I gave her my soul. And I remembered it. I remembered it when she started lying to me and controlling me. I didn't have any money when we traveled. Everything was hers. I existed by her graces. And that was good because she loved me. And I was special, and I remembered. My good day. I remembered when she started reveling in me being a little bit afraid of her. All of the time. I remembered when she put me on that fucking couch and told me to stay, and I did. I pissed myself, and I waited for 4 days, scared of what would happen if I got up and she found out. Proud of myself for showing that I could stay. 4 days of waiting and blinking and feeling the inside of my mouth dry and crack like poured cement. Until she came back, covered in blood. I didn't believe her when she told me she'd stopped feeding. I'd seen bloodstains washing clothes. But there she was, standing in the doorway, finally telling me the truth about what she wanted to be. Her first words to me and the last words I've heard her say for 2 years were, "Good boy." And the same sick part of me that felt like it was tearing in half when I left her was glad. Glad I stayed. Like the good boy I am. And that she saw me. I drove away as fast as I could, weeping in a car that didn't belong to me. Still remembering that one good fucking day. And as much as I want to hate her for what she did to me, without laying a finger on me, and what I did to myself, I can't. Because it was a really good fucking day. And her words were warm and her head was cold, and I don't know if I'm ever going to make someone feel like they are good. Like that. Ever again.
Good. You're ready to die. It's been nice knowing you, Savage.
I can't say I share your opinion.
Not yet. Let's take him on another ride.
No, I can't do this again, no. Stop. No. No! Jenny! Jide Frey, the son of Khufu, the great builder, right? I put the pieces together. Zimforth wanted out early and he needed meat. Meat with a connection to Dakalai. A tether. A stronger tether than the man who made her who she is. Zimforth felt you in the ether, hitched a ride when you came back, poured you into a suit. That's why I haven't been able to hurt you. Because you've got a patron. She never said your name. We spent every moment together for 3 years. She told me everything, but the one thing that Janet didn't say is your name. Didn't breathe it. So you managed to complete a pyramid in your own lifetime. Conquered mortality, faked your own death to reign over the underworld, birthed the Lord of the Vampires, and it's all gone. Forgotten. The only reason I know who you are is because I was looking into the pharaohs of Egypt once, researching mummies, vampires, where that all started. And there was a big gap where your name is. Because of all the mysteries of Egypt, you were the one that no one has cared to solve. Even to the person who loved you most, you're dead. Does that hurt? Killing me doesn't make you less of a puppet. What is a king who reigns over nothing? It's the end of the world, man. You don't have a name, you don't have authority. You don't have her. The one thing you can get right now, after a very, very long time, is a fight that matters. Now that makes things interesting. Just like the burn men, wear him down, then use a stake.
assault.
Let's bury you again, motherfucker.
Stench for days. I can save you. You with love, I could fight you today. Away. Till I fix your face.
My God. James?
Hey,
What is this?
this is Jedi Fry. The Force Beyond brought him back, poured him into a suit.
I didn't think the door had opened yet.
I don't think it has. But, you know, these ancient forces of hatred and destruction. Always getting antsy.
I have to go back. I felt a ripple, so...
Oh yeah, no, don't worry about it. I'll be here. Fuck. After you got cast down from heaven, I wonder if God still checks in on you.
James. You look pretty good.
No, I really don't.
Yeah, I suppose suppose I shouldn't lie.
It's this obvious it doesn't particularly help, no.
How did you get down here?
I think I slipped in at the last minute. Took the elevator. Been here ever since.
You could tell from the outside.
Not really. Not unless you knew what to look for.
So there's no one else.
Probably not.
Okay, I shouldn't leave it for too long.
Hey, I get it. You're finally doing the big thing, right?
Yes. Yes. It's very delicate and you are why I felt the ripple, aren't you?
Probably.
James. You look pretty good.
No, I really don't.
Yeah, I suppose I shouldn't lie.
It's this obvious it doesn't particularly help, no.
How did you get down here?
I think I slipped in at the last minute. Took the elevator. Been here ever since.
You could tell from the outside.
Not really. Not unless you knew what to look for.
So there's no one else.
Probably not.
Okay, I shouldn't leave it for too long.
Hey, I get it. You're finally doing the big thing, right?
Yes. Yes. It's very delicate and you are why I felt the ripple, aren't you?
Probably.
You're going to tell me why you're here.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
You need to apologize to me.
I followed him. It's my fault. I didn't think I was that person anymore. But he was drunk and he practically fell into my arms and I was so hungry.
What do you need from me right now?
Am I a monster?
No.
Do you see me as a monster?
No. You made a mistake.
I did it on purpose. I did all the steps.
Mistakes can be on purpose. You're human. Supernatural or not, you are human. And I am here for you. We should probably get out of town, but you aren't the monster. And this won't happen again. We'll make sure of it. Together.
Look,
You cried less the second time. Third time, you mentioned how upset you were with yourself, and I don't think you brought it up any times after that. We just both knew.
how did this machine hear us?
While you've been pulling on the void's been pulling back, creating artifacts in places from your memories, distorting them. I've learned a lot about you down here.
Anything you wish you knew before?
I've always wanted to know more about you, Janet.
We'll discuss this further. Later. You're going to tell me why you're here.
Sorry, I'm so
You
sorry.
need to apologize to me.
I followed him. It's my fault. I didn't think I was that person anymore. But he was drunk and he practically fell into my arms and I was so hungry.
What do you need from me right now?
Am I a monster?
No.
Do you see me as a monster?
No. You made a mistake.
I did it on purpose. I did all the steps.
Mistakes can be on purpose. You're human. Supernatural or not, you are human. And I am here for you. We should probably get out of town, but you aren't the monster.
cried less the second time. Third time, you mentioned how upset you were with yourself, and I don't think you brought it up any times after that. We just both knew.
How did this machine hear us?
While you've been pulling on the void's been pulling back, creating artifacts in places from your memories, distorting them. I've learned a lot about you down here.
Anything you wish you knew before?
I've always wanted to know more about you, Janet.
We'll discuss this further. Later.
I'm counting on it. Love you too. We're really gonna kill each other, aren't we? I'm not sure I know what you're getting at.
Your blood sounds wrong. It's slow.
Well, I've been taking a lot of pills.
This isn't the first time.
I was afraid of you finding me again, so I tried uppers to stay awake. Only traveled during the day. Then I tried downers to get away from myself or edge towards sleep. And I'd balance them. Up and down, up and down. I've had a lot of practice at this point. Probably would have died if I didn't.
If you stop me, you won't be able to leave this place. You're going to die.
I think that's the only way it works. One-way trip.
You deserve better than that, James.
I didn't believe that for a very long time.
No. That isn't my fault.
Yes. It is. There's something wrong with my blood. Douglas right about that. At least. It's crawling and lurching through my veins like a dancer off balance. My brain says I've been here 2 weeks, but my body is playing the same steady message. It says I'm dying. Fast. I may not even reach the bottom. If I die before then, I don't know what this was all for. And if I try to kill Dakale, when she still hasn't laid a finger on me, I won't be able to live with myself for the time I have left. I wish the thing I am was stronger.
So he cut the wire?
He cut the wire.
And now it's working again.
I do not try to make sense of it.
You still haven't tried to kill me.
I didn't want to be rude.
I thought you hated me.
Why?
For what you feel I did to you.
The couch?
The couch incident was an outlier. It isn't fair to judge me from that.
Your last words to me were, "Good boy, Dakale."
Were you not?
What I was going to say is that the couch was just one in a long line of things. You never touched me, but you constantly reminded me of your capacity for violence. Do you know what that does to a person? At one point, you put your arm out to stop me in the hallway, and you kept pushing your open palm into the wall. I saw it go through the drywall and the wood, and then the brick slowly, relentlessly, until there was a fist-sized hole. And you just wiped your hand off and grinned at me like we had shared a secret. You would scream at me,
For slight mistakes and misunderstandings, and even just a lack of deference. These sharp, intense fires that would leave you cold for days afterwards. I'd flinch when you call my name sometimes. And you'd have me do these arbitrary, demeaning things to prove my love to you. That I knew my place. One day, wash the dishes, wash them again 3 times, 4 times until my hands were stinging and red, so at the end of it, you could wrap your arms around me and thank me for loving you and taking care of you. Reminding you that living could be a good thing because I told you about the one good day that justified all the bad ones. I don't know if what you did was wrong, but I know it wasn't right.
You said once I wasn't a monster. Do you still believe that's true?
I don't feel bad when I kill monsters. Killing you would feel different. Is this the part where you stop me?
No. I'm seeing you off. You are almost at the bottom. If you live long enough, we will see each other then. Confront each other then.
What is this, Dracula?
A goodbye.
I don't think I'm safe inside here anymore. I don't think I'm safe anywhere. You know, when I got my 3-month chip, my sponsor, Pearl, took me out for ice cream. Like I was a kid. When we were in line, after ordering some frankly ill-advised flavor combinations, she held it out to me and she said, "Hey, if you lose this, we always have more." Then she let go and informed me that I'd be paying for the ice cream. That day meant everything. I don't know if you've ever been on a wagon, but falling off, it feels like tumbling down a well. There's just water and walls, worn completely smooth. It feels like you've lost the ability to be a different person again. So you go from 3 months between relapses to 2 days one day. And Pearl said that was okay. As long as I kept coming back for that chip again. Because they always had more. I remember the old heads who showed me how to handle a gun at a range I shouldn't have been at, telling me about werewolves in Vietnam, lighting a fire in me to search for the unbelievable. I'm thinking I had a lot of good days. For as long as I have left, I'm glad I can see them. Let's hope that big, beautiful ball means something good, huh? I'm too tired to pretend I don't care. Nice of the angels to make an appearance. Gotcha.
watch them. Great. I made it through barely. Just give me a little more. Just let me. For as long as it takes, please, just let me finish strong. Are you still doing this?
I get one chance to be myself again. And there is a price opening the door to things that should stay in the dark. I don't get to pay it a second time.
I know. I know what it's like to want to go back to a different version of yourself. To idealize this point before when you were innocent. That person and that time and that place are gone, Dracula. You're still here. You get to choose.
I do, James.
Please don't make me blow your head off.
I'm not the devil. I'm just taking back what's mine. Wouldn't you?
All right, then. This is it. I'm outside of myself, watching the monster I love. Noting the lovely, ominous danger in her every move. I'm watching my body pump bullets. Suffering anything. I wish there was anything left to say. That's it. They turned a man into a
Beast right in front of me. The only one seems to bleed so bloodily. He's naked. See a black man pounding the pavement. Every he's taking their place in bastards trading sweat. Human marionette. Break it.
If not for me, that the torture of his health. If not for us, for our kin, a little dead is damned before they ever since the goal of this age is to be
dressed as friends in front of the bastards who ascend to the seats that were given them with every dollar that we spend and every joke we let them trend. And I can see that he's loving them as he still bleeds for the selfish ends. I want a guillotine, if not for myself. The whole river.
I would have been good at it, you bastard.
I know. Royalty suits you.
I really didn't think you'd save so many of them.
I just tried. It's nice to have it work for once. What is this?
It's my soul's blood. It's how you turn someone. It's how I win.
I don't want this.
But you will want it. Because you don't want to die. And you still want to be special. You'll have enough time to turn cruel and lonely. You fucking poor excuse for sake. I win. I'll see you in hell. When your own sins catch up with you.
And that's how she dies. Resenting a lack of body count. I want to throw it into the wall. I want to smash it into the floor and have my last sensation be the wet scratch of glass against flesh as I crash it into the ground. I want my vision to fade away as I reject her and everything she did to me. My lovely, tragic death. But she isn't a god. She was just a hurt person who did fucked up things until it became easier to define herself by the people she damaged than to change. She measured her impact in scars. It is terrifying to think of dying with all of these scars, let alone living with them, trying with them, trying to be good. But I can. And I did. And I do. The sun's rising outside. Somewhere inside me, something responds to the approaching light. I'm 10 minutes sober. And scars fade. pocket.